Before we check on our gold factory, we have some honest work to do first. We are kicking off the day with the wheat harvest. And as you can see, the teamwork is absolutely on point today. Not Farming is leading the charge, clearing the path with the combine, and I am right on his bumper, turning all that dropped straw into bales immediately. We are not wasting a second. This straw is basically a free bonus paycheck, so we are grabbing every bit of it to maximize our profit. Time to shake things up a bit. We are swapping seats for this next field. I am taking the captain's chair in the combine harvester. My job is to set the pace and keep the cutter bar moving. Meanwhile, if you look in the background, Not Farming has his hands full. He is managing the straw cleanup, but he is also on logistics duty. Whenever my tank gets full, he has to be right there with the trailer to unload me so I don't have to stop. It is a busy rotation, but it keeps the harvest moving smoothly. And now, the harvest is done and the trailers are fully loaded. It is time to head to the shop and clear everything out. We are selling every single grain of wheat and every bale of straw we produced. But to be honest, the crops are just a bonus today. Because the moment we have been waiting for is finally here. For the first time ever, we are selling our own gold bars. Not Farming grabbed the fresh bars straight from the production line and brought them down here with the rest of the goods. It looks surreal seeing those shiny bars next to our farm equipment. So let's sell it all and see if this gold business is really as profitable as we hoped. Now that the bank account is looking much healthier, the pressure is finally off. I can head back to the field with a bit more peace of mind to finish the cleanup. Those straw bales are still scattered out there, and I am not about to let them go to waste. Sure, it might not be gold bars, but straw is still pure profit waiting to be collected. It is easy work, and every extra dollar counts towards the next upgrade. Seeing the cash flow from our sales just confirmed one thing: we need to keep this factory fed, so we are doubling down immediately. Not Farming is back in the loader, filling the trailer with stones, while I run the transport leg straight to the plant. It works for now, but let's be honest, we can't do this forever. We definitely need to look into better equipment soon. My goal is to set this up so one person can handle the entire cycle solo. That would be a massive time saver for the farm. With 2 quick runs done, the gold factory is fully stocked and humming at max capacity. That gives us the green light to move on. And I am treating myself to a serious upgrade. I jumped into this massive new tractor paired with a high-speed baler. This is a whole different level of farming. I am sitting in a cool, air-conditioned cabin, completely unbothered by the weather outside. Plus, this baler is a beast because it allows for non-stop work. I don't have to stop and wait for it to wrap. I just keep driving forward and watch the bales fly out the back. That new equipment was fun, but it definitely left a dent in our wallet. So now, it is time for a reality check. I am rounding up all the other products our farm has produced recently. We are heading to the sell point to offload everything we have in stock. We really need this cash injection to recover our budget and keep us floating after those big expenses. Now I need to swing back to the field and pick up everything that new high-tech baler spit out. But this batch isn't for sale, it is going straight to our sheep. In the meantime, Not Farming made a huge investment and bought them a brand new barn. So now, they finally have a solid roof over their heads. It feels good to see the animals taken care of. This is how a proper farm is supposed to look. Now, we have to shift gears to the less exciting part of the day. It is time for seeding. I'm not going to lie, this is definitely not my favorite activity. But let's be real, someone has to do the dirty work. You can't have a harvest without putting seeds in the ground first. In the background, Not Farming is tackling similar tasks right now. Honestly, it is this exact cooperation that keeps the whole operation running smooth. Without this teamwork, the farm wouldn't function, and we certainly wouldn't be seeing any profits. But even the most boring tasks can be spiced up if you are creative enough. Not Farming is handling the steering up front, while I decided to hitch a ride on the back. I am literally hanging off the safety rail, supervising the seed flow from up close. It actually looks hilarious on camera, and honestly, it beats walking. This little stunt makes the whole job fly by without a single dull moment. We are kicking off a brand new day with some heavy-duty mowing. And just look at this upgrade. Not Farming went shopping and brought home this absolute beast, a brand new John Deere. He rigged it up with a massive front mower and a rear combination to match. This entire setup was funded by the massive sale of our factory and greenhouse products. We are reinvesting everything back into the business. Honestly, we are getting very close to becoming a fully self-sufficient empire. With the grass down, the clock is ticking to turn it into hay. Not Farming is following up with the tether to dry it out, but my job is to organize this chaos into clean windrows. And for this amount of grass, our old equipment just wouldn't cut it. So I brought out the big guns. This new rake is an absolute monster, easily one of the widest on the market. The working width is insane. It means fewer passes, less turning around, and creating massive rows that are perfect for the baler. Now that the windrows are perfectly lined up, it is time to wrap this up. And I have to say it again, this new baler is a total game changer. It runs flawlessly with zero issues. Now that the baling is wrapped up, we have a field full of fresh product waiting to be collected. But unlike the crops we harvested earlier, we are not selling a single one of these. We are keeping this entire batch right here on the farm because it is crucial for our livestock. I am loading them up and hauling them straight to the cow barn. This hay is the main ingredient for their diet, and we need to keep those feeders full if we want to maintain high milk production. So, it is a quick transport job, from the field directly to the feeding trough. Happy cows mean a profitable farm, so this delivery is top priority. And now we are moving to my absolute favorite task on this entire farm. It is time to feed the beast again, our gold factory. I am loading up the trailer with another heavy mix of stones and dirt, keeping my fingers crossed that this batch is hiding just as much treasure as the last one. But to be honest, seeing how profitable this is, we are starting to think bigger. We are seriously considering building a second wash plant right here to double our processing speed. We know the gold in this ground won't last forever, so the plan is to maximize our profits and squeeze every single ounce of gold out of this land before the resource eventually runs dry. Alright, shifting our focus back to the fields, because the wheat isn't going to harvest itself. I can see the combine sitting there with its pipe out and hazard lights flashing. That is the universal signal that the tank is absolutely bursting at the seams. So, step 1 is simple. I need to pull up the trailer and relieve the harvester of that heavy load. Just watch that stream of golden grain pouring out. It is honestly satisfying to watch. That right there is pure cash flowing into our trailer. Once that tank is empty, it is time for a little operator swap. I am climbing up the ladder and taking over the command center. There is still a solid chunk of the field left to clear, and I want to make sure we finish this cleanly. Settling into the seat, firing up the thresher, and dropping the header. Now we are in business. The goal here is precision. I want to keep these lines as straight as possible to maximize the width of the cutter bar. It is just me, the machine, and acres of wheat waiting to be cut. Let's get this done. We are wrapping up this marathon of a day by breaking some new ground. Not Farming and I are working side by side to carve out this massive new field. It is the perfect way to end the shift because we are literally expanding our territory for the future. And honestly, looking back at what we achieved today, it feels like we accomplished a week's worth of work. Just think about the milestones we hit. We kept the gold factory running, we hauled tons of stones, and we absolutely crushed the wheat harvest. We sold our first gold bars, which was a historic moment for the farm. And we didn't just sit on that cash, we reinvested it immediately into that beast of a John Deere, the new mowers, and the high-speed baler. Even the sheep got a massive upgrade with their new barn. The farm is growing faster than we ever imagined. But for now, the sun is setting and we are done. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. While Not Farming was busy hauling our goods to the shop and cashing in those checks, I decided to do a little shopping of my own. I quietly picked up this brand new tractor, and to make it a complete package, I grabbed a set of butterfly mowers that match it perfectly. He has no idea yet, but I am wasting no time. I am taking this beauty straight to the meadow to test it out immediately. Let's drop the decks and see what this new setup can really do. Now that the mowing is finished, we can't just leave this grass scattered all over the place. It needs to be organized, and I am not wasting any time. I am immediately hooking up our massive rake to get this job done properly. This isn't just any rake, it covers a huge amount of ground in a single pass. If I used smaller equipment here, I would be driving back and forth all day, burning fuel and wasting time. But with this setup, I can sweep everything into clean, heavy windrows very quickly. Watching the grass pile up into these perfect lines is oddly satisfying. And most importantly, this makes the next step so much easier. The baler will be able to pick this up at full speed without missing a spot. With the windrows laid out perfectly, the stage is set for the main event. It is time to fire up the baler and turn all this loose grass into something useful. I am dropping the pickup and driving straight into the first row. This is where all that preparation with the rake pays off. Because the lines are so straight and thick, the baler is constantly fed with material. It is swallowing these massive rows without even blinking. You can see the machine working hard, compressing everything tight and then spitting out a perfect bale out the back. It is a smooth, rhythmic process. 1 minute it is just a pile of grass on the ground, and the next it is a neat, compact package ready for transport. Before we know it, this entire field will be dotted with fresh bales and we will be ready to collect. Now that the bales are pressed, we need to turn this grass into high quality silage, and for that we need to seal them up tight. So I am deploying our brand new wrapper, and honestly, this machine is a masterpiece of engineering. The biggest selling point here is its incredible versatility. It doesn't matter what we feed it, round bales, square bales, different sizes, this machine handles absolutely everything. In the past, we might have needed separate equipment for different shapes, but this one wrapper does it all. Just watch how it grabs the bale and spins it. It applies those layers of plastic perfectly to ensure the fermentation process starts immediately. Because it can handle these massive silage bales so easily, it is hands down one of the most profitable investments we have made. It saves us time, it saves us hassle, and it guarantees we get the best product possible for our animals. And now for a complete change of scenery. We are trading the open fields for the deep forest because it is time to supply our furniture factory. To do this efficiently, we needed some serious firepower. Just look at what Not Farming is operating over there. That new harvester is an absolute beast. It grabs the tree, cuts it, strips the branches, and slices it into perfect logs in a matter of seconds. Watching it work is mesmerizing. It is clearing the forest at an incredible pace. And to keep up with that monster, I am on logistics duty. I've got this massive forestry trailer hooked up behind me. The capacity on this thing is insane. It allows me to load up a huge amount of timber in a single run. This means fewer trips back and forth, and we can transport everything straight to the factory and sawmill at lightning speed. And for the grand finale of this journey, we are returning to the new field we carved out recently. There is a massive amount of work ahead of us here, and no time to waste. I am starting off by organizing all the material into clean, heavy windrows. My goal is to make these lines as straight as possible to set the stage for Not Farming. Once I am done, he is going to follow up with the press to turn all this hard work into perfect bales. After that, we'll team up for one last push to collect everything and sell the entire batch for a massive profit. Looking back at where we started, the progress we've made is honestly mind-blowing. Not long ago, this farm was a fraction of the size it is today. We started with basic equipment and small fields, and now we are operating a multi-industry empire. Think about what we've achieved just in this stretch. We've mastered the gold industry, turning raw stones and dirt into pure, profitable gold bars. We've expanded into forestry, utilizing high-tech harvesters and massive trailers to supply our own furniture factory. But it's not just about the industries, it's about the fleet we've built. The brand new John Deere, the high-speed mowers, the universal wrapper that handles any bale we throw at it, every single one of these investments was a strategic move that paid off. Our logistics are smoother, our production lines are faster, and the farm is finally becoming that self-sufficient powerhouse we always dreamed of. Seeing the entire operation working like a well-oiled machine, from the animal pens to the factories and the fields, is the ultimate reward. We've built something huge here, and we're only getting started.